Hi, Oliver. Hi, baby. How are you? I worked today and I did some work at home as well. And I finally sat down, and this little guy's on my lap right here. He's just hanging out. And then this little guy is right here. And I just wanted to say I've had some really sweet comments from customers, from subscribers, and I really appreciated the comments, and very kind and very good, like very truthful and good reminders. And I just want to say thank you. And I responded to the two comments, and yeah, so I just really appreciate these subscribers. I appreciate all subscribers, but I get inspiration and reminders and truth from you, and just share also people sharing about their pets. And I just love hearing about that, because these are just, these little beings are just amazing, right? Hello, Feely. You want to look at me? No, you don't want to look at me. But I did want to share a little bit about how we became a pack, and that was actually somebody. I think his name is Shay Watson. I don't know if it's a he or she, but anyway, I think the name is Shay Watson. Talked about sharing how we became a pack, me and my babies. And I did do a video on that, but I don't remember the name of it, but I think I'm going to call this How We Became a Pack. So thank you for that suggestion. So I was going through a dark period in my life, and my neighbor, actually one of the people that I talked about yesterday, was doing some volunteer work for the Humane Society and was paired with this little baby. And I don't know. I don't know if you're seeing him or not. I can't see, but hopefully you're seeing him. Little feety. So at the last minute, the day before, this neighbor invited me to this event. So I went, and it was at PetSense, and it's a store that is a pet store, has all kinds of things, and there were lots of dogs there paired with volunteers from the Humane Society, and my neighbor was paired with this little guy, Feely. And so I got there literally a half hour before the event was over, and had no intention of adopting a dog at all. And at the last minute, I said, I'm going to adopt him. It was like, and she had said there were people that came this close to adopting him. And I think it was meant to be. And so it took some time to adjust, because I never really had a dog. And he was the perfect first dog. He was a year old, and he had been potty trained and everything, house trained, and really didn't, need to. I worked on it a little bit, because he did poop in the house, but then I would tell him, no, go to the door, and he knew what that meant. And then, but the thing is, it broke my heart when I would leave, because he would cry. He'd come to the door as I was leaving, and it just it broke my heart. And so I kept thinking, this is so painful, that I'm like, I need to get him a brother. I need to adopt another dog. So I was mulling it over in my head for 2 months, and really 3. And I went back to PetSense this 3 months later to get, this third month. I'd been going there, but this one time in October, the end of October, I went there to get some supplies, for free Feely. And I was still learning about all that stuff. So, like what treats are healthy, what foods are healthy, what kind of toys to get him. Anyway, so they had this like bargain table outside the store. And so I was kind of rummaging through it, and something told me to turn around. I swear, I just don't know why, but I turn around and I see this woman heading to PetSense. And there was something about her, like she had this, I know this sounds weird, but she had this like light about her. And then I just kind of went back to rummaging through, and she went inside the store, and then within like maybe 15 seconds, she came back out of the store. And so I think I'm having like an allergic reaction right now because my nose is itchy. I'm sorry. Like I'm like, why is my nose itchy? It's like not inside, but like the outside. I'm like, oh, what the heck? Anyway, sorry, it's distracting me. So I just grabbed the tissue and was like squeezing my nose just then. Anyway, so she came next to me and she started rummaging through, and she seemed like a pro, like with dogs. I don't know why I sensed that she had a lot of like knowledge about dogs. I did feel it was for dogs because she was looking at the dog stuff. And I held up a box of greenies and I said, do you know anything about this product? Is it any good? And she said, oh yeah, that's a good one, and anyway, so she said, I'm just looking for some treats for my chihuahuas. I bred my dogs for the last time, and I have a litter of chihuahuas. And I'm like, what? I turned to her, I'm like, holy moly, like I'm like, serious? I'm like, so anyway, we exchanged phone numbers. She gave me her number, and I went over there, and I actually took Philos with me. He came with me, and we were like meeting all the little Chihuahua puppies and stuff, and I met Oliver's parents, and I wanted the runt. Initially, I wanted the runt. I just like small. Just wanted a small dog, and I don't know why I wanted the runt, but while I was there meeting all the different puppies, this lady's grandchildren were there, and it was like they were like 7 through 9, maybe 10, and they were introducing me to all the puppies, and all of a sudden they said this one about Oliver. One of them picked up Oliver and said, this is the chill one of the group. He used the word chill, Chill. I'm like, oh. I'm like, this little guy is chill also. And so I said, oh, can I meet him? And so he put him on my lap, and he was just sitting there. He was like a little ball of jelly. He was so, no muscle development, and it was just like so fragile. It was almost scary, but he sat there. All of a sudden he stood up with purpose, and he got off of my lap, and I was sitting on a couch. Not a couch, it was a armchair, and it had like a blanket on it and stuff. And I was leaning forward, and he got off to the side, and he went behind me, and I'm like, and he wasn't coming back. And I'm like, I finally stood up, and he had pooped behind me. And they were like, I'm like, oh my God, he pooped. And they're like, don't worry, there's a blanket on there, don't worry about it. And at that moment I said, that's my dog. I said, because I've known cats and dogs that have pooped on people. And I'm like, if this dog knows enough to get off of my lap to poop, that is like so incredible. So I made arrangements for her to keep him because I was too scared for him to take him at that point because he was so still a little puppy, and it was just, I don't know, too much for me. So I ended up going to get him on Christmas Eve, which was December obviously 24th. And so she kept him for a good like month and a week or whatever it was. And so she handed me a treat. She said, you can give this to, Philos and Oliver, because I already said I wanted to name him Oliver. And so when I got home with Oliver, he walked in, and I could see Philos is like, whoa, another brother from another mother. And so I gave them both the treat, and it was just a beautiful new beginning for all of us. And it took time, obviously, for us to all get into our groove and get to know each other. And they became closer and closer. Not at first, but I know that this little guy was happy, weren't you? I know you were. And this little boy was happy too, because he gets so much love, and they both love each other. I know it. So this is a really long video. I don't expect a lot of people to watch the whole thing. But if you've gotten to the end here, we just want to say thank you so much. God bless you all. Thank you for listening. And we appreciate you. And if you are already subscribed, thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. We definitely appreciate new subscribers. I do want to give a shout out to two people, Whit and Whit and Lara. They're new subscribers, and I ran into them the other day, and I wasn't sure if I gave them a shout out, so I'm doing that now. Well, anyway, God bless everybody. Thank you for watching, and we appreciate you. Like, subscribe, and share. And we wish Star and the Dynamic Chihuahuas wish you love and peace. God bless.